Today we're doing player imperialism, where I've taken the top 20 players in FIFA to compete in a battle to see who the best player in the world is. They've been assigned to random teams in the Prem, and each team consists of 11 clones of that player. So here are the rules. First, we spin the wheel to determine who plays, then we spin an arrow to determine where they go on the map. For example, if the wheel landed on Oblak and it went south, he'd play Kimmich. The losing team is out and the winner claims their land. To make this video more interesting, each time a club wins, they steal the losing player's ability and they merge with the winner. Let me know who you guys think will win, and let's get into the video. As the defending team, Kimmich Palace will be at home. 30 minutes into the game, Kimmich would find a hole in the defense as he scores and celebrates with his clone. But before halftime, Oblak would win his first corner. Oblak with the corner kick. Can he find a header? Oh my gosh, he does, and the game is tied up. Unfortunately though, in the 55th minute, Oblak would come out to challenge Kimmich and the ball is deflected right into a Kimmich volley to make it 2-1. They start celebrating with VR, and I feel like I've seen this scene on a different website. After 90 minutes, West Oblak United couldn't equalize and they are the first to be eliminated. Kimmich will now claim Oblak's abilities and likeness, and surprisingly, he looks pretty normal. With his win, he now owns a larger part of London. Up next, we have Benzema, who's part of another London team, and he goes slightly southwest, matching up with Salah's Fulham. The Salahs would open the scoring with a nice header assist into a nice finish. It wasn't looking good for Benz, as he couldn't find a chance in the first half, but in the second half, he did. A through ball to Benzema. He shoots and he gets it past the hands of Salah to equalize. But Salah did not like that, as he took the lead back shortly after with a Trivela. With some nice playmaking, Salah scores again, and I think he might be more than friends with the manager. Salah, clone number 18, forgot he still had his Brexit genes inside of him, and he gets sent off after a nasty 2-foot tackle. Benzema would make him pay as they found an opening for a sweaty goal, tying up the game late. But even with 10 men on the pitch, Salah still managed to close it out 3-2 against Benzema. Marim Salenzema now joins the squad, and honestly, he doesn't look too bad. And now Salah expands his London territory. The third wheel spin lands on Mbappe, who heads east to play Kimmich. If Kimmich can upset and win this match, he will have a huge edge on most of the teams in the competition. And 4 minutes into the game, that would become more likely, as Mbappe absolutely trucks Kimmich with one of the worst tackles I've ever seen, and he's sent off. Mbappe has been putting his ball handling skills his girlfriend taught him to good use, as he makes 2 stops in net. Kimmich would open up the scoring though with an absolute rocket, and Mbappe can't do anything about that one. In the second half though, Mbappe would level the match as he beats Kimmich to the goal. But only 6 minutes later, Kimmich puts one of the weakest shots I've seen in the back of the net, and Mbappe dives with absolutely zero effort, just like that one kid in your group project. Respect to Mbappe though, the man has 7 saves. He really knows how to handle those balls. But that just wasn't enough, as Arsenal are eliminated 2-1. With that win, Kimmich is stocking up and building a squad, and Jillian Mbappe is looking like a true light skin now. Kimmich now also owns half of London. Another wheel spin down and Kimmich plays once again. Wow. This time he goes northwest to play Harry Kane Spurs. 19 minutes in, and Harry Kane smashes the screamer outside of the box past the hands of Kimmich to put them up early. But Jillian would have let the Spurs have the lead go into the half, as a through ball from Kimmich would lead to an easy finish. In the second half, a beautiful cross from Kimmich to Mbappe makes it 2-1. I don't know what's gone into Harry Kane, but he must be drug tested like Rotor Shaws. He absolutely finishes an insane goal. Kimmich in the 70th minute though would find a good chance, and he does not miss. Though Kane does not back down, as with a right foot rocket, it's all tied up once again. But with minutes of extra time on the clock, there was still one chance left for Kimmich Palace. Kimmich with the corner, gets it into the box, finds the header, and oh my goodness, it just floats above Kane's hands, and that is the game. Jerry Kanich is now a part of the squad, and let's get into the next turn, as I don't want to look at my screen right now. Kimmich Palace seems to be the early team dominating the competition, as they got most of London now. Next, the wheel lands on the Camel League legend himself, and northwest he goes to play the mighty Tapin Merchant. The Autobots roll out ready to take a dub against Ronaldo. Ronaldo would take the lead 4 minutes in with a class finish, and he's so happy he runs through the advertising sign, being completely concussed, but that's alright, as there's more clones on the bench. Haaland would shortly make it 1-1, as Ronaldo in net has the reaction time of my nan's left toenail. And with a plethora of goals in the first half, the game would be 3-2 going into the second. Haaland would have his chance to tie up the game, but the great wall of Cristiano stops the equalizing goal. After that, everything would go downhill for Haaland, and Ronaldo wins the match 6-3. You know, Sterling Roland just looks like blonde Juventus Ronaldo. With that big win, Ronaldo gets to expand his land west, and another wheel spin down, and Mane is up to play against De Bruyne. Sadio Mane will get his chance to prove he's the best player in the world. Okay, that was a terrible impression. He might be the best player in the world, as he scores to make it 1-0, but he definitely does not have the best hairline, I'll tell you that. A beautiful cross into the box with a volley finish makes it 2-0, and De Bruyne just can't do anything on defense as Mane runs through to extend the lead. Just as I thought it was all over though, De Bruyne brings the game closer. Unfortunately for De Bruyne, Mane scores a banger and closes out the game 4-2. De Bruyne couldn't complete the comeback, and he will be a massive improvement to Mane's squad. And oh my god, what the hell is even that on my screen right now? Mane now expands into some Manchester territory. Alright, moving on after that nightmare fuel, we land on Neuer the skier and Northeast he plays Neymarcito. Unfortunately, we see another goalkeeper lose as Neymar takes it home 4-0 and they start having a suspicious celebration and the fangirls might be screaming out of their mind right now. Neymar Jr. comes into Leeds and he will be playing a crucial role as most teams don't have a skilled goalkeeper. To be honest, I wanted one of the goalkeepers to go far, but down Neuer goes and Neymar takes his territory. This time the wheel lands on Alisson, the arrow points west, and he plays Van Dijk. The opening goal would come from a deflection off Alisson as he came off his line to challenge Van Dijk, but of course that's set up for an open goal header. Alisson Villa just can't do anything about Van Dijk and he puts them up 2-0 with a nice volley. The game ends 6-0, leaving Courtois and Ederson remaining as the last two keepers. Viragli van de Sar is added to the team and Van Dijk could have an interesting run with the defensive scheme now that he has a goalkeeper. He defends his territory and claims Alisson's. We get a repeat on the wheel as it lands on Mane, and with the arrow pointing southwest, Van Dijk was up to play again. This matchup is going to answer the age-old question: does defense win championship? The first half would end 0-0, but it came with some great defense and saves from Van Dijk and Mane. But coming out of halftime, Van Dijk had different plans. In the 73rd minute, Mane would get his chance and he would not miss. And in the 88th minute, a big opportunity would come. Van Dijk to Van Dijk, the cross, the goal! That is the game, and Van Dijk pick up Mane, a much needed addition. Sergio Van Dijk joins Wolves and this team is looking good just like Kimmich Palace. Back to the wheel we go and it lands on Van Dijk once again. He heads east to play another goalkeeper in Ederson. Can Sergio Van Dijk lead them to victory or will Ederson be the first goalie to win a match? Ederson would have his chances in the first half but he could not score. Shockingly, the game would end scoreless and this is the first game going to golden goal, and with 0 goals in the extra time, it also went to pens. Ederson takes their first pen here. Will he make it? And he does! Dan Mike slots it in. Ederson goes right, but Alisson reads him like a book, and that's safe. Van Dijk with the easy pen. Ederson goes right again, but he makes it this time. Van Dijk decides to follow Sean Dyche's footsteps and absolutely rips one down the middle, but it's safe. Ederson just doesn't learn as he keeps going right, and it's safe. Van Dijk bags his pen, and the pressure is on Ederson here. But he goes Panenka and floats it in right. Van Dijk to win the game. He shoots, and it's saved. Oh my goodness. Ederson just keeps going right, but this time it's in. 5-4, and it's all up to Van Dijk to keep it alive. If he misses, he is eliminated. He steps up, shoots, and Ederson saves. Our very first goalkeeper victory is here. Ederson is going to get Mane from Wolverhampton, and I might not be able to sleep after I finish recording this video. Anyways, Ederson now owns a decent chunk of England after that win against Van Dijk. 11 players left on the wheel, and we have yet to see some play, and Salah will be heading northwest to play a familiar face in this video. Can Benzema and Salah be the dominant team Kimmich has built? We'll see. Kimmich Palace has just been rolling, and Mbappe scores his first goal in this video, and he gives the fans a light-skinned stare. But with halftime coming, Salah did not want to be behind. Salah with the ball at his feet, a nice finish, and that is the equalizer. Mbappe would be able to give the lead back to Kimmich Palace early in the second half. Another great performance from Kimmich Palace would see them win the match 3-1. They pick up Mohamed Salah and slot him in the right wing position. Kimmich eliminates Salah and Courtois is the only remaining player in London. With his spin landing on Courtois, he had no other choice but to play Kimmich. The game starts off hot as Julian crosses it in for what seems to be a goal, but Courtois gets there and his clone gets absolutely clocked in the face. Jerry Kane scores the opening goal and his jarring face needs to get away from that camera. Kimmich scores and they just start hugging each other for moral support on Valentine's Day. The game would end 5-0, and with Courtois out, that means Ederson is the only one left as a goalkeeper. The Bfordlancer court Kimmich doesn't look that bad, to be honest. He looks like a real person. Down to the final 8, and up next, Ruben Diaz will be playing Casemiro. A slight tackle causes a commotion in between all of the Diaz's, and he gets a red card. Casemiro would take advantage of the red card as he scores first, ready to take over some land. That would be the lone goal as Casemiro wins 1-0. Diaz now joins Casemiro's crew, improving his defense. Moving on, Casemiro now owns a decent chunk of South England. Our wheel lands on Ederson and he heads northwest to play Ronaldo. Even though Leicester were the underdogs, Ederson and friends would prove the doubters wrong. Ederson on the counterattack, 1-on-1 against the keeper. Oh my goodness, it's gone off the crossbar. He goes for a volley and it's in! And he wouldn't stop as he scored again. Off the hands of Ronaldo and Ederson taps it in. Let's go, baby! But the win wasn't so sure as Ronaldo would cut the lead down to 1. And with Ronaldo's road coming to an end, he turns it all around to tie it up. Extra time still left on the clock. The counterattack, the cross, the run for the win! Sadly, the last goalkeeper of this video is eliminated. I'm not gonna lie, Chris Ederson just looks like Ronaldo if he just grew out the hair a little bit more. Neymar finally plays his first match and it's against Ronaldo down south. Ronaldo would barely get it over the line as Neymar tried to stop it from going in. And later on, he would score again to make it 2-0. Neymar scores to make it 2-1 and he still has a fighting chance, but Rolland in the second half makes it 3-1. 3-2 Neymar and the hopes are actually still alive. Neymar with the ball somehow finds a pass in the box and oh my gosh, he's tied it. Neymar inside the box, can he find a chance here? He shoots from outside the box. Oh my goodness, the comeback is complete. Neymar is now part of the team and he just looks like Ronaldo with a bad haircut. Ronaldo is now wiped off the map. The wheel lands on Casemiro and he heads northwest to play Neymar. Only 4 minutes in, Neymar would find the back of the net. And 16 minutes later, he'd do it again and blow a kiss for the fangirls. Casemiro would keep it close to us. Before halftime, he'd score to make it 2-1. A through ball with the Casemiro connection and he chips the keeper to level the match. Casemiro completes the comeback and he runs over to celebrate and it's 11 Casemiros versus 1 petite man. Casemiro takes Ronaldo as he was part of Neymar's team. With 4 players left, we fill in the empty spots of England. And down Neymar goes. Messi finally plays and EC goes to play Kimmich. Salah scores the opening goal and Kimmich Palace just seem to continue their golden run. Julian scores to make it 2-0 and this team is just too dominant. Kimmich would score the dagger and Messi looks to join Crystal Palace. Messi is eliminated, but he still has a chance to play in the final. Lewandowski will finally play his first game and it's against Casemiro. And for making it this far in the video, he deservingly loses and he gets battered 10-1. So Casemiro now has 2 top strikers with Lewandowski joining the team, heading to the final match. And we say goodbye to Lewandowski on the map. Now we spin a wheel to determine who the home team is for the final, and it ends up being Kimmich Palace playing at home. The matchup of the ages, Kimmich Palace versus Southampton. Jillian would come out the game hot as he scored a great goal against Casemiro. But a costly mistake would see Palace pick up a red card early into the match. With 20 minutes left on the clock, Southampton would find their chance as Ronaldo made it 1-1, but only 7 minutes later would Jillian give his team the lead once again. No problem though, as Casemiro would not go down, equalizing it 2-2 in the 84th minute. The game went to extra time without a goal, so the final came down to pens. Jillian steps up to take the first pen and he goes bottom right. Lewandowski with the run-up, where does he go? He goes top left. Kissy goes right, but Casemiro barely misses it. Casemiro goes bottom right, a clean pen. Kimmich goes bottom left. Casemiro takes his pen and oh no, he's the first to miss. Kimmich with his crucial pen, he goes straight Brexit pen, but it's saved. Now easy for Casemiro as he goes bottom right, and Kimmich would go right as well. Casemiro goes Panenka, and Courtois just has a brain fart and stands there like Maguire playing defense. Kimmich taking a very important pen, and it's saved by Casemiro. It all comes down to this. Casemiro for the game and for the title of the best player in the world. He shoots and he scores! He has done it. He is crowned as the best player in FIFA. Well, there you have it, guys. Casemiro is your best FIFA player and he sits on top of the throne. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out these other videos which you might enjoy.